Welcome back to Headliners. So, Josh, over to Tuesday's Times. It seems the scurrilous New York Times are trying to undermine yet another of Britain's greatest institutions.
Indeed, I don't know what the New York Times has got it in for the UK, but they are just slamming it week after week. And it's so ridiculous, their stuff. It's so easy to disprove. It's just, it's pathetic. This time it's over the whole Trojan horse affair, which was what happened in Birmingham, where this letter came out that's talking about this, like, conspiracy of Islamists trying to take over the school system. Now, that was proved or suggested it was fake, they made the podcast, the New York Times made this podcast that was basically saying that the UK is Islamophobic and pointing at Michael Gove, who was the Education Secretary at the time, whatever. So what's happened is they have made a special report, including Gove, it's called the Policy Exchange. It's come out today, and what it has come out with is these very clear facts away from the letter that prove that essentially they were trying to introduce an intolerant and aggressive Islamic ethos, which meant installing sympathetic head teachers, removing heads that were felt to be insufficiently compliant, trying to have influence on governing bodies. And it wasn't about them trying to, like, force, like, some kind of radicalization or extremism, but it was definitely a ploy to take over those, you know, for their own, to drive Islamism. And so that's, he's now, Gove said today, this is like the last line in it, and it's just a very comprehensive report. Segregating boys and girls, exposing pupils to intolerant views, pressurizing girls to wear headscarves, broadcasting the call to prayer across the place. Those are not things that should be in our schools. That's a fact. Right. That's established now. England's first Muslim MP, Khalid Mahmood, who is the MP for Labour, has come out and said, agreeing with the report as well. So, I mean, hopefully we can now put a line under this. So the question is, really, why is the New York Times getting its nose in our business again? I mean, there does seem to be an absolute fusillade. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just an American leftist organisation that's nothing to do with Britain, doesn't understand Britain. As Gove said here, they've taken a peculiar stance towards Britain, repeatedly portraying this country as an insular backwater, and he's had to say that he's called them useful idiots as a result of it. And one of my favourite bits is the podcast described Gove as one of Britain's most high-profile Islamophobes. I mean, you've badly misspelled alcoholic there, haven't you? I mean, and claimed that the affair was driven by racism. Does anyone think Gove is like a high-profile Islamophobe?
Yeah. So the idea that a high-profile Islamophobe, I mean, that sounds like Tommy Robinson or something, doesn't it? Like, that's like his whole sort of... I can't help wondering whether they are deliberately doing this in order to provoke a reaction in Britain. I can't imagine there's many people in the left in America.
I read that it's because it's a subscription-based service that they are trying to get British, like far-left progressives to their website. Right. And as The Guardian lets them down by occasionally letting through an actual article.
It's as bad as Putin with Brexit, isn't it? But there is a certain kind of Brit who does love to see evidence that the rest of the world regards our country.
How backward we are and whatnot, yes.
Well, good luck to them as long as it's capitalism that's at work, not socialism. I'm fine with that.